Hello. So we are back again. Well, we're starting our pilot episode. So what I want to do on this channel is that I want to help improve our culture through the micro level rather than the macro level. I think we all realize that whether you go into politics, you're an attorney or whatever, you're not really going to affect how things actually are in the big scheme of things. But what you can do is you can improve culture one person at a time, and that starts with yourself. So I've tried to do this with myself, so I want to encourage you guys to come along and do it with me. So with that being said, we're going to get into a few tips on how you can dress well, because this is your presentation to the world, on a budget. Now, this is kind of a somewhat different from what my general content is on my other show. My other show is more about politics and stuff, but as a girl, I'm just a girl at the end of the day, and I love these kind of things. I love fashion, I love music, I love cultural events, art museums, things like that. So I want to share this side of myself with you guys and possibly help to improve our country a little bit. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first tip on how to dress well is you have to know where to shop. So the first place you want to go to is the thrift stores, okay? Whether you like it or not, you're going to find higher quality clothes at a fraction of the cost than you ever would at a store. I would avoid shopping malls. I would avoid general retail stores, especially obviously high-end stores. Don't go to Bloomingdale's, Saks Fifth Avenue, things like that, Nordstrom. Only go to those sites if you want to get your special pieces, and we'll talk about the pieces that you will want to invest in later in the video. So what I've found and where I get a lot of my clothes is I get them from online consignment shops, online resale stores. The two that I've found, I'm sure there's other ones out there, but I have found the ThredUp is an excellent site. This is going to be the cheaper of the two that I'm going to tell you about today. You can find basically any sort of clothes that you want there. And what I like about ThredUp is that you can filter out through materials, fabrics, size, style, occasion, colors, patterns. Basically, you can narrow it down to exactly what you want. By the way, this is not sponsored. If there's any sponsorships, it will be obvious that it's an ad, okay? This is just what I've found myself. The second one I want to tell you about is the Real. Now, this is more higher end clothes, but you can, if you set the sort filter to low to high, you'll find stuff that's very cheap as well. I got this dress off the Real. It's 100% silk. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've worn this to multiple events. It is my A+ dress. So those are my two places of where to find things. Obviously thrift stores as well, but that kind of is contingent on where you live. If you live near a city, if you live near affluent people, the thrift stores will be very good, but they will also be very picked over. So it's always hit or miss when you go to the thrift store, and you have to be in the mood because sometimes you don't want to just go through and filter through things for 2 hours trying to find the one piece. Don't go to shopping malls. Don't go to TJ Maxx occasionally will have things, but it's really overpriced and you'll never find natural fabrics there. That being said, let's get into number 2 of what to look for when you are on these sites. So on the sites, like I said, I always filter out by fabric material. That to me is the number one thing. It's hard to tell on online shopping how, clothes are actually made. And so that's always hit or miss when you actually get them home and you see if they were tailored correctly or if they even fit well. Fabric is number 1. So you're going to always want to avoid polyester at all costs. Polyester is bad for your health and it looks gross and it looks cheap. You can buy a dress from Gucci and if it's polyester, it will look cheap. It really does kind of amaze me that designer brands still make things in fake materials. You can't find a real wool coat, or it's hard to, that doesn't have a polyester lining, for example, or is a mix of polyester and wool. Fur coats are even worse. Good luck trying to find a real fur coat. Everything is faux fur, which, by the way, I love fur. Fur is very elegant. It's very beautiful. Do not let PETA tell you otherwise. It's gorgeous. The minks were going to die anyway, so they might as well die for a purpose. Don't even bother going to a mainstream store. It'll all be polyester. So when you're looking for clothes, look for the material contents. It must be 100% cotton, cashmere, wool, linen, and my favorite is silk. Silk is always gorgeous and is always going to elevate your style. So when you're looking for clothes, make sure the fabric is the first thing you look for. Even if it's cute, if it's polyester, not only is it going to start to smell, but it's also going to wear out quicker and it will look cheap, especially if you're being photographed. Polyester does not photograph well. The other thing you're going to want to look for is high quality build. How do the lines look? Is it sewn together correctly? Is the stitching done subtly and well, or is it coming apart at the seam? You want quality over quantity. This is extremely important when you're looking for clothes. So in order to have a wardrobe that you can constantly wear, and I am always struggling with this with myself, because sometimes when you go, especially to a thrift store, you're finding lots of random things. So sometimes you'll find a flashy piece and you'll buy that piece and it'll end up sitting in your closet and you never wear it because it doesn't go with anything, or you have to buy 3 other pieces that match it just for the one outfit and it goes out of style quickly. So if I were you, whenever you are looking to buy clothes, you need to think of a capsule wardrobe. And what this means is a wardrobe where all the pieces kind of match each other. They all sort of can go, they're all coherent, it's all somewhat monochromatic. Your best colors is going to be neutrals, beige, cream, white, and then pastels if you like colors as well. And then there's the classics. You can go navy blue is always good. And if you like green, I would go with an olive green. That always looks very elegant and classy and it looks nice as well. Sometimes a splash of red in your wardrobe will match with beige, white, even black sometimes. So red is an exception that I will make. But in general, stick to black, gray, white, beige, tan, brown. Brown is always nice. Navy blue, olive green, and a little bit of red if you want that as well. Another thing, you're gonna want to avoid labels, like big in-your-face labels. This is just very it always just screams kind of tacky when I see labels. I don't care if it's a Chanel label. I don't care if you paid $5,000 for that shirt. Avoid graphics, avoid labels, and avoid words on your clothes, okay? Less is more. And this kind of goes into patterns as well. I usually opt for solid prints. I don't like prints in general, unless it's like a stripe. I really like stripes. I don't love polka dots, though sometimes if they're really small polka dots, they can look cute. But I would opt for more classic prints. You know, a gingham sometimes can look good. A plaid, if it's done well and doesn't look cheap, will look good. I would avoid that sort of plaid that is like a knockoff tweed. You know, it's like beige, gray, and thin lines. That always looks very Forever 21 and H&M. I would avoid that. It doesn't look good. It looks cheap. And those are not flattering colors on most people either. Okay, another thing that is important, and I see people make this mistake a lot, is you want to dress your age. Once you are 25 years old, you can start to dress a little bit more maturely. And I would say over the age of 45, you need to be more conscious of what you're wearing as well. There's probably nothing more tacky than an older woman dressing like she's 25 or worse, 18. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not flattering for you. It makes you look desperate. It makes you look like you're trying to look young. And if anyone knows, there's nothing more cringe than an old person trying to be young. That doesn't mean you can't be glamorous and beautiful. Some of the most glamorous people I've seen with the best style have been older people, but you have to just dress appropriately and you age gracefully. If you're in your 20s, let's start putting away the crop tops and stop dressing like we're 15. Another thing I've noticed is you want to avoid dressing like a caricature of a rich person. So what I've noticed is old money style is very much in right now, and that's good because it's elevating people out of this tacky Forever 21 vibe. But at the same time, when it's done incorrectly or you're just copying it like word for word, it comes across looking cheap and you look like you're going to a Halloween party. It's like these people that dress like they're from the 40s. I love the 40s. I wish it would come back. But if you are trying to like dress like it, then you look like you're in this weird cosplay kind of scene, okay? Don't be a tryhard, okay? Just stick with classical, minimal pieces. Less is more. Less is more, okay? This is true. Because when you try to look like a caricature of a person that you are not, you will come across looking very fake and cheap and poor. So I would avoid trying to be a caricature of someone that you are not. You can let that style influence your style, but if you are not in that category, if you're not in that echelon of the affluent and the old money, it's never going to happen. I mean, you're just going to have to dress appropriately for who you are. That doesn't mean you can't emulate that, but don't try to emulate it to a T, because then it comes across looking like you're trying to look like that, and that's never a good look. Okay, so in the final phase of this video, this is the last point I'll make, there are certain pieces that I think everybody should invest their money in. So while you can save money in your general wardrobe, I think it's good to invest your money in certain items, and these are generally accessories. This doesn't mean you have to get them from designer brands or anything. It just means you want to pay a little bit more or find the most high quality piece you can of these items. Purses, that's a good one. This is a 100% leather purse that I found at a thrift store for $2. Obviously, this was not an investment. This is Reaction by Kenneth Cole, but it's 100% leather. And when it's worn with an outfit, like on your shoulder, it looks like a nice piece. If you're gonna get a statement purse and you don't want to spend a ton of money, Coach is a good way to go. Ralph Lauren is cute as well, but I don't love their styles often with purses. So I would say if you're gonna get a good purse, get a good Coach purse and have it be a little shoulder bag. The problem with totes is you can only wear that for certain occasions. You're not gonna go out to eat dinner in the evening with a tote bag. You want more of a clutch, an even clutch, or a shoulder bag. That's why I always just get shoulder bags, and I get them as simply as possible. I don't want these extravagant bags. You want the most simple leather purse possible, and it doesn't matter what brand it is. I'm just saying if you want a designer brand, subpar designer brand, Coach is your best bet. I would say sunglasses is another good accessory to invest in. I've always got just like sunglasses from TJ Maxx, but I finally invested in a pair of Ray-Bans. These were about $300. But a Ray-Ban is a good glasses, and these are very simple looking. They're not too big. I don't like super big ones, and I don't like trendy looking sunglasses. I wanted a more classic sunglass that I could have worn if I was born in the 60s or in 2025. So if you're gonna invest in sunglasses, get something that's, again, simple, not in your face, not super trendy, and not covered in bling and designer insignia. So these are just a simple Ray-Ban glasses that I think could serve you very well. The other thing you could invest in is a good coat. I bought a Marc Jacobs coat. It's 100% wool and has a silk lining, and it's beautiful. It's one of those long gray. It's a long, just simple gray coat, but it's a long coat. I really like long coats better than the short ones, definitely better than the cropped. If you're gonna get a good wool coat, I would suggest getting a long one. It's gonna keep you warmer, and it looks really nice and will elevate any outfit without trying. And again, I found mine on the RealReal, so you don't have to go and spend $1,000. I think I paid $400 for mine, which is a little pricey, but it's a coat that's gonna last you a long time, as long as the moths don't get into it. And finally, the last piece of clothing, or shoes I should say rather, that you should invest in is a really good pair of leather shoes. Now this could be either a good pair of leather heels. I've got a pair, they're 100% leather. They're super comfortable and they're beige, so they match every outfit I need. Now, generally, when you do invest in a pair of shoes, it should be something that's gonna match a lot more things. I also have a good pair of loafers that are very slim, because I don't like those chunky loafers. I know it's very trendy, and this is why you avoid trends, because now they just look gross and icky. But a good pair of real leather shoes that fit correctly and do not hurt your feet, that's worth the money. That is really worth its weight in gold. And that concludes the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna be talking about a lot of sorts of things on this channel. It's not just gonna be fashion. It's gonna be culture. It's gonna be our heritage, because I think that's very lacking in our society. So if you want more of that sort of content, be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if there's any topics you would want me to discuss.